Hello Leos, welcome to Bow and Arrow Tarot. We're going to take a look at a shadow twin flame reading for you today. So you're having challenge with someone, you're trying to figure out what's going on with them. All of a sudden there is some challenge or some difficulty, some struggle. They may be acting a bit strange towards you, or you guys may be fighting a lot. Whatever the case may be, we're going to go down that road, right? We're going to specifically look at the darker side of what's going on right now between you and someone else in your life, a twin flame in your life. So we're going to start off with 4 cards from the Crow deck to see what the message is about what it is you're experiencing with this person. Only 4 cards for Leo. Four cards to see what Leo's going through with their person this next 7 days. 7-day outlook. Alright. Let's take a look here. We have Knight of Wands. We have the Chariot. Interesting. We have the 9 of Wands, and we have 15, the Devil. Okay. Wow. All right. So, Knight of Wands, fiery energy. The Chariot. Being taken off the path, Nine of Wands. 9 of Wands is, oh man, 9 of Wands is a lot of, so when we look at the shadow side of these cards, 9 of Wands is self-pity, you know. Oh, I can't make it, you know, I can't make it over the last little hurdle. It's somebody who's kind of really feeling sorry for themselves in a lot of ways. Then we have the Devil here, so there's a lot of lust here, okay? There's a lot of, I want to say sexual tension that's going on here. 9 of Wands and the Chariot, and it's all about, what the next steps are, what path are we going to go down here, right? So the message also, when I pulled the Crow cards for the shadow reading, gives you an idea of what's going on, but also kind of what's at stake. So Chariot reminds you, Leo, that you're on a certain path, right? And you've worked hard to be on that path. You've thought about that path. You've laid that path out. So don't be veered off of it, or be careful being veered off of it, or dealing with relationships that kind of, you know, knock you off your path. And 9 of Wands talks very much about being actionary, right? Actions speak louder than words. What's important here is the actions that someone makes, not the words they say or the promises they might even make to you, but the actions, okay? Let's go ahead and begin to pull some more cards, okay? Now we're going to get a little bit deeper and go into the Twin Flame Journey Shadow deck to see what shadow cards are here. All right, we're going to pull 2 from this one. 2 from this deck. See what kind of shadow energy is going on here. I'm going to pull these 2. They both wanted to come out. Alright. Let's see what we're dealing with here. We're going to pull some more shadow cards. But right now we have enviousness, wow, irresponsibility, and a warning. Alright, so you're dealing with someone who's already giving you a warning sign of what they're going to be like, right? Or what they're like, or what's going on, right? They're being irresponsible. They're being envious. They're being irresponsible. Someone's being irresponsible in this situation, right? But these are the energies that are there. These are the darker energies. And there's a warning here. So this is interesting. If somebody is dancing with the devil, they're playing with a lot of lustful devil energy. Because right now, you know, the devil is not always that way, but we're looking at the shadow side here, right? So the shadow side of the devil can be, you know, really being a slave to your passion, being overly lustful, right? Addictions, can deal with addictions, right? And here we have a warning sign coming in. And enviousness. That's interesting why enviousness will come out. All right, let's go ahead and pull some more. I'm going to pull 2 more cards here, or however many end up popping I decide to pop out. See what else. Let's get a little bit more into the behavior, right? So these are the energies here, or the emotions. Here we can get a little bit into the darker behavior that might be going on. All right, we need 2 more cards for my Leos. 2 more cards. There we go. What do we have? The asylum and reattachment. Wow. So the asylum, right? Talking about a lot of the asylum, you know, it's this feeling of like not being able to keep up with all of the crazy energy, right? The asylum, then we have that with the devil. So we could be dealing with somebody who very much is like, you know, you might be dealing with someone in this connection who it's crazy with them, right? One day it's one thing, the next day it's the next thing. It's very hectic. The asylum, you know, is kind of like a feeling of hectic, a house or a building of hectic energy, hectic, crazy energy, sort of out of balance energy. Okay? Can also feel like when you're at home with this person, it is when the crazy comes out, right? Or it is when the real challenge comes out. And that could be a warning, because the asylum can speak to sort of what it's like in closed doors, right, with them. What is it like behind closed doors with them? Does it feel like your home is an asylum when you're with them? Reattachment. Are you dealing with reattachment? Again, if you're dealing with someone who has drug issues, right, are you know what I mean? Has this already, you know, you can see there, have you already been wounded and cut and everything, but you're reattaching them like a limb, right? Or they may be reattaching themselves to you like a limb, right? Reattachment to things that are not healthy to you, right? That have already caused you pain. Somebody's being very irresponsible, okay? And 9 of Wands, again, it can be, here I'm thinking, again, it feels to me like somebody's dealing with some kind of addictive behavior, because 9 of Wands is usually like that last hurdle, right, of work that you put in. You realize that, you know, you need to keep moving before you can reach 10 and surrender and release. But are you willing to do it? You know, 9 of Wands is tired. You're tired at this stage. Can you bear the last sort of stretch? And if you're dealing with somebody who has sort of issues, addictive issues, you know, then you know they may be giving up, right? They may not be willing to make that move. Again, there's a warning here. You've been here before, and you know, the asylum reattachment, definitely somebody may be pulling at your heartstrings and reattaching to you, making you feel like, yeah, I'm not ready to pull these cards yet. I think I'm going to pull these ones. Making you kind of feel like, oh God, you know, I've been through this already. I've already been wounded here. Am I really ready to reattach this to myself and go through it again? So being careful over the next 7 days, certainly. Now I'm going to pull from the Thoth deck, because I want to see what kind of energies we can pivot out of this. Now here we go into a lighter deck where I'm going to be looking at what energies are either helping the situation or what could be the next steps for this situation. Here, you know, is this just going to get from bad to worse? Or, you know, let's see where we're going with the Thoth deck. Right now, this is where it's at. And remember, this is just a 7-day outlook. It's not a permanent outlook to any love connection or anything like that. It's not a monthly or a life or long-term outlook. It's just next 7 days. All right, give me 4 cards. We have Lust. There it is. Again, the Chariot. Ace of Cups. And the Sun. Wow, wow, wow. So Lust. I love this card, Lust. It's interesting. In the Thoth deck, it is the card sort of for strength, right? And strength and justice are flipped in the Thoth deck. So rather than being the 8, it's the 11. Okay. And so in any case, here we have lust. It's a card for Leo, and it's a card for really being strong within yourself, right? And being able to sort of have the strength to maintain your lustful feelings. But if somebody's dealing with the devil, this can be sort of turned around for lust to come in, because lust is strength. And there is strength when you deal with devil energy, or at least the shadow side of devil energy. And that strength is sort of pulling back and reminding you that you are in control, not your passions. You can control your passions rather than your passions controlling you. Whether that is for you to be, or the person you're with, because of course this reading could be vice versa. But usually I'm reading from the point of view that you're having a challenge with someone. So what is their challenge that they're bringing, right? So Chariot energy, interesting. Chariot over Chariot has come out. So the Crow Messenger deck and Thoth is telling you the same thing. Remain true to your path. Remain true to the path that you have agreed to walk, right? Don't get veered off of it. And if something is trying to veer you off of the path that you have agreed to for your life, then they're not for you. It's not for you, right? Ace of Cups is coming in, and Sun. There's a new love coming in. So interesting. There could be a new love coming in, and there's Sun coming in. There's clarity. There's growth. All right. Ace of Cups is a new love. So for some of you, if you're making the right decision, if this challenge here, I'm going to say, if you decide to go against this and enough is enough, there's warning here, right? You know, I'm not saying break up with this person because of a tarot reading, but you're already going to know for yourself if you're at that point. There is new love and growth waiting for you around the corner. All right? So sometimes you have to make room for things in your life, right? And it's like a lot of times people hold on to things, right? They hold on to what they think they have that is worth something, right? But there's problems. They're not really sure of it. Deep down their heart, in their intuitive heart, they know it's not really for them, but they hold on anyway with this hope that it will turn into something. But sometimes having the strength to remain true to your path, Chariot energy, and true to what you really want in life. Knight of Wands, being actionary about it. In the short term, you may feel like you're going through a loss, but you make room for what you really, really desire, putting out into the world what you get back. Ace of Cups, Sun energy, nice energy. Give me 4 cards from the Spirits of Darkness and Light. I'm going to see what kind of spirits are working with you or against you in this situation over the next 7 days. Interesting. There may be even a little bit of separation here with that 9 of Wands. That can indicate a little bit of separation, feeling separate from your person. But you may have been separated for a little while, and now they're coming back, and it's like they're bringing all of this challenge. Show me 4 cards for Leo next 7 days. Show me for the Shadow Twin Flame reading. Spirit of the Ring, Spirit of Time, Spirit of Masquerade, and the Spirit of the Pumpkin. So that's interesting. Spirit of Pumpkin just came out for a previous reading for Taurus. Okay, so Spirit of the Ring, contract, promise, commitment, illusion, endless, and waiting. So you're dealing with somebody, right? You've been dealing with somebody who you've been endlessly probably waiting for. They constantly come back, especially if you're dealing with somebody who has addictions. They promise, they break their promises. It's an illusion. They just don't come through, right? Dealing with the devil. Then your Spirit of the Ring, contract, promise, commitment. This is what you're desiring, and that spirit is coming in. Ace of Cups. You may be getting that new love that is willing to give you that commitment, right? Commitment to be the best who you are. I'm not saying necessarily commitment to get married, but if you're dealing with a shadow love, twin flame, who is dealing with addiction, they're not committed to the right path, right? They're not committed, if they're not working on it, right? If they're continuing to break down, and you're suffering for it, then that's not the right kind of commitment. The commitment has to be for somebody who's strong enough to work on their issues for their own sake and for the sake of their love, right? Spirit of Masquerade, false, hidden, deceptive, and Spirit of Pumpkin. So Again, spirit of the pumpkin comes in. What you reap is what you sow. Harvest. There is a harvest coming in. And it feels like, again, like, yeah, somebody's getting, you know, it's not even so much karma, but they're getting back what they've put in, right? And then falsehood and deceptive. There is a spirit of someone just being false right now with you, masquerading, not showing you their, you know, not being truly honest with you, right? Irresponsible. Remember, they're being irresponsible. Someone's being very irresponsible, and they're hiding things, and that's the irresponsibility. And it's a warning that things here are not going to change, right? So watch out for that. Watch out for the masquerade. Watch out for, you know, because just as the person who's bringing the challenge, and challenge is always two ways, right? Challenge is always two ways. At the end of the day, you have to look at yourself as well as how much am I putting into this, and why am I like, what kind of harvest am I going to get out of this, right? If my harvest is constantly to be hurt and to be sort of disillusioned, you know, to have breaking of promises, to have somebody's irresponsible, to have to deal with an asylum sort of environment in the house, chaotic environment, then is it really what I want? And then I have to take responsibility for continuing to put into that, right? So right now, this next 7 days, everybody's going to be harvesting what they've sort of sown. But remember, if you're willing to make the right decision, love is coming in for you. Okay, there is always love, and this is a new love. So it makes me absolutely feel like this love is waiting for you around the corner if you've had enough of this. Now, this could turn around, but that would mean that they would have to change, right? Really not break the promise, not keep you waiting, not be false, hidden, and deceptive. And I just feel like, you know, in the shadow readings, I'm very honest. I don't want to waffle. I don't want to be like, well, there's a possibility. Because, of course, with all readings, there's a possibility. You still have free will. The reading is not definite. But here we're talking about a very definite thing. Giving up, or perhaps waking up to a situation that you constantly are getting warnings. You're constantly having to deal with the same issues. And the idea that if you do choose yourself, there is love and clarity and growth waiting for you around the corner. All right, Leo, this is your shadow reading for the next 7 days. Taking a look into a connection that you have with an individual in your life. I hope it gave you some clarity. Please like, subscribe, and share if it did. But for right now, Leo, have a great week, and I'll see you in your next reading. Bye now.